Excelente. Got it and got it. I know, right? It's like 11 post meridian on the and within the what they call the Pacific time code, right? So this is AstroCivics Sunday and Monday for those that are near here near the East Coast and those that are central, with that being said, I know that's Monday for you guys, and you'll be joining us just a little later on today. I am Brother Sean for Intuition Monday. However, guys, we're going in on chapter 46 today. So let me start out by saying namaste, 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 Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey here in Morocco at Northwest of Maxim. How are you? And I'm here with my beloved brother in whom I am well pleased, and he is.
Islam, Islam, peace, love, and light to you all. I am Brother Sean Aleem L. You already know all is well. And that's one of my favorite part though. Bro, man, what else was y'all calling me, bro? What else was that? Yeah, what?
Indeed. Yo, let's just get this started because this one's going to be short, concise. Chapter 46, only 9 minutes within the 46th degree within the Holy Koran, or as some would say, chapter 46. There are only 9 verses. All righty, depends on where you are in your studies and that you're completely operating. Well, not operating, but just doing your behaviors in love fully. With you being one who knows I self-law and master, or I self-law am master, right? And I'm speaking about what Prophet Noble Drew Ali has intended for us in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice sincerely, and that which he meant for us over 100 years ago, for us to really carry this out without mucking it up sincerely. And so that's what we're going to bring today. We're going to give you just some concise things. I think we're only going to touch on 2 things within the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. Any other terminologies, I'm pretty sure we went over before. And just do your homework accordingly. Those of you that are a part of Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, just do so, right? And just look at those other terms, right, that are there. So let's enjoy ourselves, guys. I'm going to do the screen share here. Brother Sean is going to lead us in with the invocation that we term the Moorish American prayer, right? And we're going to go with it on that. Then I'm going to read the first letter to be read in every meeting. Brother Sean is going to read the second letter to be read in every meeting. All righty. So with that being said, guys, go right ahead. I'm just going to do all of the, everything in the description and all of that. I'll just do that after we complete the live, because I know this one's going to be fairly short. And I just really wanted to just kind of touch on some points there. Because I know not only am I, ministering to myself as always, first and foremost, I trust that this really reaches our loved ones out there. Alrighty. So those of you that are within the Pacific, time frame, I know it's like 3 minutes after 2300 there. Those of you here on the East Coast would be technically dealing with 3 minutes after 0200 hours, right? In Central, you are 3 minutes after 0100 hour. All right. So with that being said, let's just get this started. I'm going to zoom in here, guys, to our invocation end time, the Moorish American prayer. Extend all 5 appendages on the left hand, just the index in the middle on the right. And we're going to face east, which is symbolic metaphysically to going within. And we're going to repeat after our beloved brother, Sean Aleem L. As he goes in, you can either repeat aloud or within your heart as Brother Sean conducts the Moorish American prayer. Islam.
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 All right. Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth.
Truth.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide.
My guide.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
By night.
By night.
and by day,
and by day,
through his holy prophet,
through his holy prophet,
noble Drew Ali.
noble Drew Ali.
Aslam.
All righty, y'all. Let's get it. Pick this up here. All righty. And that is, he's reading from the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, Administrative Functions. All right. And what we'll do here is we'll go in next on the first letter to be read in every meeting. And Brother Sean will do the second letter to be read in every meeting. All righty. So here on page 84 of, again, this is the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, Administrative Functions. All righty. Pages 84 and 85. The following is a letter written by Prophet Noble Drew Ali on the 18th day of January, 1928, Anno Domini. He commanded that it be read before every meeting. All right. Moor Science Temple of America, Home Office, 3603 Indiana Avenue, Noble Drew Ali, founder, Chicago, Illinois, January 18th, 1929. To be proclaimed in every meeting, dear brother Islam, I'm glad to know that I have few faithful Moors among you all, and I desire for them to know the truth and the divine truth. There is a host of jealousy, quote unquote, about me and the movement, now by the same people of our side of the nation that claim it was only a joke and unreal. But now, since they have found out from the government officials and the nations of the earth that this is the only sole foundation that all Asiatics must depend upon for their earthly salvation as American citizens, they are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me so they themselves may take charge of the situation. I have notified all these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that contribute to the movement and uplifting funds. The ones that paid their divine respects to me and the movement will be remembered. That is why I'm calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance and I need it bad. Never before have I needed finance as badly as I do at present, that I may shove aside the discord that is facing the nation. It all comes through jealousy because of my, quote, fame and nobility, end quote, period. The nations of the world will not recognize the movement without me, the prophet, being the head. It has been proven by my works in which I have performed in the last few months, because I was at the governor's inauguration to represent the Moorish Divine and National Movement, and I will be at the inauguration of President Hoover for the same cause. Noble Drew Ali. Second letter to be read in every meeting is coming from the Moorish literature. Excerpts from the Moorish Guide newspaper. Here on page 12, we see standing handsomely as there on page 48 with our Moorish American prayer, Prophet Noble Drew Ali and his Moorish Sharif's Fez. Standing due guard, actually, in his above. All right, and on page 13 is the second letter to be read in every meeting. And I yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom we're well pleased, Brother Sean Aleem Islam.
Islam. Divine warning by the Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Prophet warns all Muslim governors ordered to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or a group of members who hold malicious feelings toward the temple of the prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet Noble Drew Ali, and if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways. by order of Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Islam. Absolutely. And today we're going in on chapter 46, as you guys can see. And peace and greetings to you all in the chat that are joining us at this time. You know, I thank you, especially those of you that are on the East Coast. I know, like I said, it's about, 2 in the morning, right? However, this is great, guys, because at any time, we are meeting, because we have at the forefront pertaining to our mind, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. All righty. And, the mission is to bring our people back into the constitutional fold of government, all right, and be clear on these things that we're going in on. And as you guys can see at the bottom of this page here on this PDF, it says chapter 46, the beginning of Christianity. All right, and Brother Sean was so diligent to find where our vocabulary words, two that we're going to go over. We're going to go over Christianity and Rome. In the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, Christianity is on page 200. Within the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, page 200 out of 1,045 pages. And then Rome is on page 814 out of 1,045 pages. All righty, so we're going to go over that. And we want you guys to continue to just always have an open mind and open heart. This is not the dogma practices that you're used to seeing people do in either church, temple, or mosque. We're not banging tambourines. We're not prostrating ourselves 5 times a day. And we're not knocking you that do those things. However, what we are for, because we are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and this isn't a radical and agitating speech. What this is truth. All righty. And being true and faithful, I can only speak the truth. I and my brothers. So we're going to share this. We're going to read chapter 46. It's only 9 verses. And for those of you that, are AstroCivicians in your hearts and minds, like I and my brothers, this is the Greek 46, and it has 9 minutes to it. All right. So let's go over this, guys. Peace and greetings to 7 and Mother Sahar. They are in the chat. 7 says Islam, and Mother Sahar says peace and greetings, Brother Hasan and Brother Sean. Indeed.
Islam.
Peace and greetings to you, beloved mother. All righty. So number 1, right? I guess after Brother Sean reads number 1, what we'll do is we'll go and look at Christianity and we'll look at Rome. It's not really long. And it's some things that we could really speak on just looking at those. And then we can come back and see it again. Unless, what you think, Brother Sean? Should we go to the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary first and kind of just prime them then? So they can see what Christianity and Rome is before we read it? Or should we read number 1 first? What you think?
Let's say to, let's prime them.
Prime them first? Okay. Let's go straight to the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary.
Get that put in a mind, get that fixed, and we can come back to it.
Because I'm interested also in church at the bottom of the page, the second entry from the bottom. Because metaphysics is the science pertaining to ultimate reality, right? And usually you'll see metaphysical. However, the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, when it's like this, it's giving the metaphysical definition. And I have underlined and highlighted Christianity and the denotative article for metaphysics. Christianity, the science pertaining to eternal life. I know a lot of people have never heard of it that way, or maybe even seen it that way. However, that's what it is. The science pertaining to eternal life. It is governed by scientific principles pertaining to mind action, which are really the foundation of all the various sciences. Mind action. The scientific principles pertaining to mind action are really the foundation of all various sciences. Scientific principles pertaining to mind action are really the foundation of all various sciences. So without the scientific principles pertaining to mind action, there would be no Christianity. There would be no Islam. there would be none of these systems, scientific systems that are termed religion. The true religion is, scientific principles pertaining to mind action, being able to grow from material consciousness into spiritual consciousness, having faith in your higher mind, higher decisions, higher faculties. And it's not complicated. Sincerity is the key. It's interesting because I know as you guys would read along and read the other entries of dealing with Christianity began with Jesus and was carried on by his apostles. I guess you could look at it like that. However, when you guys look at those other words, Jesus and apostles, which we defined before in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, this is all dealing with your consciousness. Different events pertaining to your consciousness tied to your endocrine system. All right. Slim Herman says, wow, I was just looking at some Christo research. Indeed, but peace and love. Indeed, Slim. Islam to you, peace and love. I want to read church. And then we'll go and read Rome. Bro, you want to read church?
Got you. Church. The word church is derived from a Greek word meaning, quote unquote, the Lord's house.
Interesting.
The individual consciousness is his, quote unquote, Lord's house.
Wow. So one's conscious, non-statutory individual. All right. Non-statutory individual. When we say individual, we're not talking about 5 United States Code 552A. We're speaking non-statutory, right? So the singular sentient being's consciousness, the singular sentient being's consciousness, the singular sentient being's consciousness is his or hers Lord's house. Inter rasante. Go ahead, bro.
Indeed, and assembled within it are groups or aggregations of ideas, thought centers. So that's the whole, in my Father's house, there are many mansions, right?
Look at that.
So that goes the whole 12 groups or aggravations or mansions.
Look at that. I yield.
Islam. The spiritualized will carries to the different, quote unquote, churches, thought centers, the word pertaining to truth, and builds them up into a knowledge of their perfection and divinity by training them in spiritual thinking.
So I get it. A lot of beings experience church being a building when it's actually a symbol dealing with encompassing that which was just read. And this is why knowing thyself, knowing yourself in the process which Mother chose to call upon all balanced law pertaining to the zodiac is sometimes said as know thyself and thy Father God Allah. Know yourself. Yourself is thyself. And the process which Mother chose, that's Father, to call upon, that's God. All balanced law pertaining to the zodiac, that's Allah. And this is according to my studies thus far. You can either agree or not. However, what I would say is do your own research. Have your own experience. Meet Prophet Noble Drew Ali in his literature. All right. So now that we got the metaphysical fruit pertaining to Christianity and church, let's go to page 814 and look at Rome. All right. Now, Romans, Roman citizens, right? As Romans, Latin, Roman citizens, John 11:48. Metaphysically speaking, they are thoughts and their activities belonging to that in consciousness with Rome. consciousness, which Rome symbolizes, right? Thoughts and their activities belonging to that in consciousness, which Rome symbolizes. We clear on that? Christianity is page 200. Slim. Christianity is page 200. Peace and grace to you, Brother Terrell. Indeed, Slim. Indeed. Rome, right? Derived from Latin. Maybe exoterically, however, you can see the esoterics in it also. Lifted up, exalted, the head, height, strength, might, power, the capital of the Roman Empire, the ruling center of the Caesars. Who knows why they got the 3/4 for E and A, however. The Caesars, the Roman emperors. Acts 18:2. Bro, you want to read the metaphysical on Rome?
Mm-hmm. Rome represents the head, in contrast to Jerusalem, which represents the heart.
Did we get that? It's nothing more, nothing less, not someplace 2,000 years ago on the earth. Even though there were beings 2,000 years ago who have Rome's on their shoulders and Jerusalem's in their chest. Do we want to look at it like that? How you, bro?
Indeed. The head is a seat pertaining to the dominating personal will, and also of the intellect in man or mind. To the outer man or mind, these are the seat of all strength and power. Rome really refers more to the head as a seat of the will than it does to the intellect, though the latter may enter into consideration of the will's activities. Paul was imprisoned in Rome. Paul represents the divine word.
The divine word was imprisoned in the head. The divine word was imprisoned in the head. And remember, the 13 epistles were written by Paul, the apostle who wrote 13 epistles. We're not going to complicate this thing. Do you want to be free or not? And the freedom would be in your mind to no longer be held into a mind fuckery that is unhealthy for your ascension. You're welcome, Slim. I yield, bro.
Islam. Rome is the center from which the will rules. When the will, guided by sense intellect and the personal idea of ruling power, imprisons the word, binds it in the realm of personal understanding and dictatorship, the activity of spirit seems inhibited.
That's why Moors fell. That's why all nations suffered slavery. Moors in the past fell, and all nations endured slavery because their will was guided by sense intellect and the personal idea of ruling power. So it imprisoned the divine word. It made it be bound in the realm of personal understanding and dictatorship. And that's what happened. Moors got corrupt and were dictators, despots, tyrants. And when I say Moors, I'm talking about anything that comes through the vagina. You were made manifest through some woman's womb and exited her vagina. you were moored to the endometrium which lined her uterus before being made manifest from her stargate. Let's be real about this and really take ourselves out of this sense intellect and personal idea of ruling power. I get it. I'm so special. I'm so special, so special, so special. You're already born masters. You're already born perfect. Stop listening to people talking about, oh, we're not perfect. Yes, you are. You're already born perfect. You just are being taught and reminded about the mastership or masterfulness and about your perfection. Because again, you're like a lotus flower growing through the mud and the murky waters to just bloom and blossom above the waters. All right. So now let's read this. Right? Number 1. Right? For again, chapter 46, the beginning of Christianity, right? The beginning of what?
Eternal life.
The beginning of the science of eternal life.
Eternal life.
Right?
And which every beginning must have its end.
However, remember, somebody got corrupt and wanted to crucify the I am consciousness. Because remember, Jesus is the I am consciousness. I yield, bro. Islam.
The foundation of Christianity, or the science of eternal life, began in Rome, or began in the head. The Roman nations founded the first church, of whom crucified. Remember,
church is, as they said, the individuals. I'm going to say the singular sentient beings conscience. It's your conscience. Go ahead. Consciousness, right? Your consciousness is the church. I yield.
Of whom crucified Jesus, or the I am identity of Nazareth, for seeking to redeem his people from under the Roman yoke and law. Jesus himself was of the true blood of the ancient Canaanites and Moabites and the inhabitants pertaining to Africa.
Yeah, I know some people will be hearing that and reading along with you, but man, look, but it's talking about, you know what I mean? Like Africa exists, you know what I'm saying? And it said blood. So you got to go into your metaphysical Bible dictionary, look up blood, look up Canaanite, look up Moabite. It's basically saying he comes from the I am identity himself was of the true life source and flow of those that are technically stuck in mental bondage to sense consciousness. I was just going to say it in so many ways. The Canaanite, Moabites, Egyptians, all are metaphysically speaking to people being stuck in a sense intellect or sense consciousness. Period. Believe nothing we say. Challenge it if you like. I yield, bro. Islam.
Seeking to redeem his people in those days from the pressure of the pale-skinned nations of Europe, Rome crucified him according to their law, right?
Their law, right? So these people that are all in their head and they just want to be dictators because they've, incarcerated the divine word in their mind. They're like, nah, man, I can't let that mind action get out. I got to be a dictator. That's what they're saying. I'm not saying I would be being that ever in any lifetime. All right. However,
what was that one song?
Bro. What'd you say?
Rome let it went to the head. No.
Yo, you're hilarious. All right, I yield, bro.
right, moving
Islam.
on. Then Europe had peace for a long time until Muhammad the First came upon the scene and fulfilled the works of Jesus of Nazareth. He's like, oh yeah, y'all thought y'all was done? Nah, I'm here to fulfill that, right? So the holy teaching of
Hold on
Jesus
one
was to
second,
the
because we know Muhammad is the picture of, the earth along and its angling and how it looks around the sun. That's in your Clock of Destiny book 2. It's in book 1 also, if I'm not mistaken. It's on the cover of book 1 actually, for those that have the versions from RVBaypublications.com, to be very honest with you. All righty, bro. I yield. Number 5.
So, pull that up, hold on. I'll see that.
You might have to, do your thing real quick.
Do your thing, Brother Sean. Do your thing. All right, so.
Let me spotlight you. 2 seconds.
Right, so there we go.
Hold on 2 seconds. Let me spotlight you. Boom, shakalaka. Right? And it reads too. Let me see. Yeah, that's Muhammad. Now lift up the book just a little bit. Lift it up. This diagram, you good? You good?
That's right.
Bring it over a little bit. There you go. This diagram of the symbol of the earth revolving around the sun has proven that the 12 signs of the zodiac and the natural philosophy of astrology involving human character, intelligence, and human character, intelligence, and action and reaction and human destiny is definitely not a myth, a superstition, as the Christian religious teachers and leaders, including those referred to as Masons and Eastern Stars, have taught the unfortunate masses to believe. Now, that's Clock of Destiny book 2, right? You got your book 1 close?
No, I have to order another one. I thought I had one, but you know how to
No worries,
disappearing.
No worries. I'm gonna grab mine real quick. Grab it real quick. Hold on 2 seconds.
It's crazy because I know I have it, John. But it's all good. Ugh. Right, so yeah, make sure y'all go to RV Bay Publications and order those books. Get your Clock of Destiny, Circle of Life, book 1, book 2. Really just get everything off of there.
Right. This Clock of Destiny book 2, right, from RVBaypublications.com, right? So let me grab it real quick. Boom. Right. Let's do this like this. All right. Let's all looky, Astro Cookie. The cut above constitute the real book, the Holy Koran or Koran, quote unquote. Also, the real picture of Muhammad. The Muslims have never painted the picture of Muhammad in the likeness of a son of a woman. Such painting is of the Christian artists of deception. That's Muhammad. And I know there's going to be some people out there that have some dogmatic belief system that, they're going to be peace and blessings be upon him relentlessly. Guys, I'm not going to sit here and lie, and I'm not being mean at all. So what we got to do is really get over ourselves and really comprehend what this is. This is why a lot of people try to keep this within, lodges or their orders, their Masonic secret places. And again, our tassels aren't pinned down. So we are, to carry out Prophet Noble Drew Ali's mission. And a lot of people, will say too, that, Prophet Noble Drew Ali kicked CM Bey out of the temple, and that CM Bey stuff ain't the prophet stuff. We're not listening to you because we know you don't know. We are clear that you do not know. Because when one really studies, they do not allow themselves to say stupid shit out their mouth. Oh, Mother Sahara said that was Gene Carn. Don't let it go to your head.
I think it's like
When you say that.
what's that? Brand Nubia did like a remix to it. That
You're hilarious.
no,
Yo.
Nubia and like Black Harmony, which they should change that now. It's like
Yeah,
Dead
man.
Harmony, Pale Harmony.
Yeah, man. It's just interesting how people will really have themselves emotionally tied to words that they just don't comprehend the etymology. And you know, a lot of people will just, well, man, most people don't talk like that, man. You know, we gotta be able to get along with our brothers and sisters. That's you. You're on your own. I'm not looking to get along with people. That's not my mission. My mission is to tell the truth.
Cleo Soul got a song called that too, bro.
What you say?
I said Cleo Soul got a song, Don't Let It Go to Your Head too, back when you was bopping them joints.
Yeah, oh yeah. I ain't gonna front. I still be listening to Cleo Soul, man. So you already know. Don't let it go to your head. Okay, I'm gonna stop. So with that being said, bro, I think we are at 5 now.
5, correct. Yep. The holy teaching of Jesus was to the common people. View to redeem them from under the great pressure of the hands of the unjust.
Ooh, the unjust, which means they have no justice with them. Okay, go ahead.
That the rulers and the rich will not oppress the poor. Also, that the lion and the lamb may lay down together, and neither would be harmed when morning came. Right? Once again, that the rulers and the rich will not oppress the poor. Ain't that still going on today?
Yeah, no, okay. Right?
These teachings were not accepted by the rulers, neither by the rich, because they loved the principles pertaining to the 10 Commandments. Through the 10 Commandments, the rulers and the rich live, while the poor suffer and die. 2 more times. Through the 10 Commandments, the rulers and the rich live, while the poor suffer and die. Final time. Through the 10 Commandments, the rulers and the rich live, while the poor suffer and die. The lamb is the poor people. The lion is the rulers and the rich. And through love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, all men are one and equal to seek their own destiny and to worship under their own vine and fig tree, after the principles of the holy and divine laws of their forefathers.
So you see how Bill of Rights 1 is spiritually in tune with the principles pertaining to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's why actually the Constitution, when rightly comprehended, is a spiritual document. The North American Republic Constitution for the United States for America, now contemporarily called the U.S. Constitution, by perverts, those that pervert the law, pervert the truth. That's what they call it. However, the North American Republic Constitution for the United States for America is in harmony with these principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. This is why the state of corporations could never be the state republics, because that's for Moors to get their act together and stand up and get back to that from which they've fallen. So that's where we need to go, guys. We are to be where we have fell from. State republics only exist with us. And I'm not talking about some of these groups out here that I don't see any unity. It's like, okay, we're just going to have unity amongst this group of Moors, and that's not how it goes this lifetime. Everybody's got to come together and really comprehend these things, you know? And it's only so much gleaning you can do from us, youth and elders, whether in front of our face, on the phone, or, you know, through these YouTubes. You can only glean but so much. It'll be seen, and you will be able to feel if you're really sincere about this. Because I know what it is, and I live and experience what it is to be sincere, true, and faithful. To be pure heart, be sincere intent, be love, be honor. Keeping Prophet Noble Drew Ali at my mind's forefront. I yield the floor, beloved brother Islam.
Islam. All nations, all mothers pertaining to the earth in these modern days are seeking peace, but there is but one true and divine way that peace may be obtained in these days, and it is through love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, being taught universally to all nations in all lands.
So those of you that even I felt in my heart of hearts ministering to you, and you want to start a church or something, and you got a message from me, and I said, it would be best for you to check out Prophet Noble Drew Ali and what he has expressly prescribed for us and divinely prepared for us. There's no need to start a church. You already have a church. It's your consciousness. You're going to start your consciousness. The body is the temple. Your consciousness is the church. Are you aware of your astrology chart? Mirror, mirror, anyone? Self-reflection much? You will see. A lot of you will soon see. You will really see, especially after this lunar eclipse. That 7 hill star is what has been prophesied. Period. However, we're not here to be aggrandized as if we're special. Supreme honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. We're going to continue to bring what we bring according to our studies thus far, and we're open for correction. And we're going to carry out the law. We are carrying it out. So all you popular Moors out there, ask yourself a question. Are you really sincere, or are you making excuses for how Islam is in degrees? Maybe you need to really recognize all of us on the planet are Moors. However, who is assisting Prophet Noble Drew Ali in helping him? I know, oh, well, it's so long ago and he's not here in the physical anymore. All right. That's your mind and your words. We take on meeting Prophet Noble Drew Ali in his literature. We ignore the personalities and just get the books from RV Bey Publications. Really read these books, get these lessons. Get what you need from 7hillstar.com pertaining to astrology. We give you free access to Prophet Noble Drew Ali University with no strings attached. We've been consistently assisting people that spitefully use us. And despite how kind I am and how loving I am, sometimes I will tell you to get the fuck out my face. Especially when I know you're trying to take advantage of I am my brother's kindness, which means you would be the same spirit over 100 years ago, seeking to do the same to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I want to stop the screen share here. And I'm very thankful and grateful to be able to meet Prophet Noble Drew Ali in his literature after obviously guiding me. Because I know there's two things that's going on. There's the physical, what I can see, and then there's that which is psychically communicated to me. And I know there are other realms other than this. There's the astral realm, that's the plane of soul, and the causal realm, the plane of spirit, plane pertaining to spirit, right? And so I'm clear on some things that may seem, ooh, mystical and magical. It's not that. It's not that at all. When you really know thyself, it's clear to see these things. It's not even hard. But what you won't do is play around with the prophet's work or his mission. Why play with yourself? There's no point in doing it. This is a very beautiful thing. It really, really is. I mean, I get such a joy out of this that it doesn't matter what time it is right now. Time never was when man was not. I'm not even caring about the time because I feel great. And it's not just the feeling, because that's sense consciousness, but I am so in a zone when I get to really speak about what Prophet Noble Drew Ali has brought us and really sharing what, I see in my studies. Because I've never come across, like, besides Brother Taj, with the books that he's prepared and what Mother Roz, is able to give us at nominal cost, those books. It's not too many Moors that speak like I am my brothers, nor even contemplate these things in the way that we do. And I'm not bragging. I love myself, therefore it allows it to be easy for me to love you. And inherently after love is truth. These principles are inherent. Inherently after love is truth. Inherently after truth is peace. Inherently after peace is freedom. Inherently after freedom, even though it will always take its course, is justice. Brother Sean, you have anything to share?
Islam, yeah. Yeah, folks really can't try to use the excuse, he was over 100 years ago, but folks still clinging on to the anthropomorphic story of Jesus occurring some 2,000 years ago to today. There's no excuse. I really don't care. Like, we love you enough to come every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to come through our posts whenever we go live to give you the truth. We're not worried about likes or, so-called followers or any of that, because we know that in order for it to be peace and to have political, social, and economic freedom for everyone has to come on board. It can't be just Seven Hill Star. It can't just be Brother Taj, Mother Roz, a few other the good Moors out there. It has to be the Moors and the amalgamated Moors. Now, we don't want them to accept it, because the prophet said, I'm going to try to get them to change. But what we can do is give them the truth to that, so they're not under that hypnosis as well. Wow. And that's where we are. Like, you have to have both sides. So it's not a one-sided thing. So we continue and will continue to give you this truth and to continue to be loved. Because like bro said, first you have to love yourself. So if folks are out there spewing hate here and there, everywhere else, they don't love themselves. at all. Like, bro, the other day he's like, I don't even want to kill a fly. Like, I'm been like catching spiders and all that, throwing them out because I don't, want to hurt no one. Even the animals, trees, or none of that. Like, everything is a living, breathing thing. Even the rocks, like everything is. So,
I had to flush a fly tonight. Oh my God. I caught a spider too today.
So we have to change our perspective and not really worry about what everyone else is going to think. It's
Right.
like, if you know in your heart to be true, follow that and let those catch up if they do. If not, they'll repeat another cycle. But as long as you're doing right and being good in your heart, not you. Ye has nothing to worry about. Get with those who study, study the information, whether you do it yourself or in groups, it's really good to do both so that you're getting different angles. But just take that time and that duty and charge to do what's right and to follow the prophet and meet him in his literature. And I yield.
Islam. Mother Sar says, indeed. Slim Urban says, best said. Mother Energy, please agree to you. She says, Islam, facts, much gratitude. 7 says, true. She says she's watching on TV. Yeah, I know it looks really good on a larger screen. Go back and look at this. This is a brief presentation. Usually it's the deal. Like I said, guys, we're going to be going every Sunday. So next Sunday is chapter 45. All right, that will be going in on. Right. And before we go, take a look at this clock real quick. All right. Aquarius is on the rise. Very interesting because we're sharing and pouring out the knowledge. Saturn is there in the first house, the Pisces Virgo. Axis is intercepted within the first and seventh house. So Saturn and Jupiter are ruling the first house, while Sun and Mercury are ruling the seventh house. Saturn and Jupiter ruling the first, we're able to allow ourselves to bring value and just sharing it with the group. Aquarius is the group. And what we're doing is really bringing forth, what it is self-discipleship, right? First house is self-disciple, or dealing with discipline is Saturn. And showing how that is instituted, Neptune, within ourselves. So Neptune is the co-ruler along with Jupiter over Pisces. So Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune are all ruling the first house. So we're really finding ways to really spiritually allow ourselves. Spirituality is also Neptune. Spiritually expand that self-discipline by that which being shared over the internet, group, all Aquarius keywords. Value is the second house, and the value pertaining to the head. Aries is the head, right? Isn't that wrong? And we've expounded upon that. The sun is also there in the second house, so we're shining a light on that which we should be moving forward to, right? Our soul's destiny. And really allowing that wounded healing to be something that artfully allows us to shed old thinking and allow that mind action for spiritual growth to take place. And retrograde Mercury, it's in the second house too. Well, yeah, it's in the second house also. So look what's being communicated. I know it looks like it's in the third. I'm looking at the celestial longitude. Celestial longitude says 11:46, 11 degrees, Taurus 46, right? Retrograde. Third house cusp is 12 degrees, 52 minutes. So it's in the second house along with Chiron, Jupiter, North Node, and Sun. So I trust that the value is communicated and you can now think and look at the value pertaining to these things and no longer have yourself in dogma thinking and be able to assist ye loved ones to come out of it also, if they choose. Some people may look at the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary and say, whoa, who wrote that? Some man wrote that. That ain't God's word. And it's just like, conversation's over. Just walk away. Because I know when people come across me and you reject what I've shared, I kind of do this face. Because I know what comes after that. I know what energy I am. Those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, they don't disrespect that energy. Because there are some serious consequences that come with it that I really don't want to happen to you. You know, I rebuke people going through certain things. However, I know when you don't comprehend the energy that is an angel, you just take it as some human being that seems to be just in some Moorish fez and purple robe with a scarf and some badges and buttons on. Okay. All right. And I'm not self-aggrandizing at all. I just kind of trust that people make the right decision. All right. So with that being said, guys, I love you. This is what we want to do. We want to do our implication. Now, Brother Sean, is there anything you wanted to speak on as far as the chart here?
The chart, I would just say, look at all our presentations from the last fortnight. What people would, commonly call 2 weeks, fortnight, too strong. Look at that. And really look at what we've spoken on and, really internalize it and, do your own other studies too. Because that Mercury is about to, is going to consume the sun again, but it's retrograde. So all that information prior to that is going to hit in a different way. That's all I can really say. So like really just look over everything and, look over what you value, like internally, like forget everything on the outside. What do you truly value at your core? What do you value that can't be moved, that can't be lost?
Church.
What communication? What communications are you having that value, right? Like, I'm just, the truth is gonna piss people off regardless. But being secure and firm in that, just knowing that you're being light and you can give beings the life raft or whatever you like to call it and just move along, right? Jesus, the I am, the justice, however you like to say, he didn't stay in one place trying to what's the word for it? Not convince, right? Convince people. He told them and then he moved on. And what they did with that information was on them. And then once you move along, continue to do what you do, they will see that at a later point. Whether it's at the right time or it's too late, that's not up to us. Give them the word and keep moving. And let them do their due diligence, because some folks aren't just meant to get it. Think about all the beings back in the metaphysical, the anthropomorphic story that didn't support, Jesus with the word. And look at those that did. So then you're stuck with, or you're coming down to, are you with justice or are you against justice? Whether you're conscious or unconscious of it. Ignorance is no excuse. Not you.
And just to add, it's not just Saturn, Jupiter, and Neptune rule in the first house. Uranus is in on it too. Just wanted to add that in there, which is about to be in a trine aspect with the moon. that gibbous moon that is increasing in light, is trining Uranus. That's why we're even here at this time of day, right? And or night, right? For this AstroCivics Sunday, Monday, right? Where the people, the moon, are allowing it to be, shared with them, Uranus, Aquarius, that which pertains to expanding the spiritual self-discipline. Neptune, Jupiter, Saturn. How can we really allow ourselves to relate? By really shining the values on the fated interactions within ourselves. We must meet ourselves. Mind, man, know thyself, yourself, and thy father, process which mother chose, God to call upon, Allah, all balanced law pertaining to the zodiac. Any questions, comments, and or suggestions? Going once. Questions, comments, and or suggestions going twice. Alrighty, you guys seem pretty solid even in the chat. Questions, comments, and or suggestions going thrice. Y'all, we are going to close out our meeting as we've started. We're going to close on out. Alrighty. We are going to extend all 5 appendages on our left hand. It's the index in the middle on the right. We're going to face east, which is metaphysically symbolic to going within, standing on a 45, having our feet on a 45. And you can repeat after me either aloud or in your heart. Islam.
Islam.
Islam. Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth.
Truth.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide.
My God.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
By night.
By night.
And by day.
And by day.
Through his holy prophet.
Through his holy prophet.
Noble Drew Ali.
Noble Drew Ali.
Ameen. All righty, y'all. Thank y'all oh so much for joining us. Indeed, much gratitude, peace, and love, Mother Sahar, and Islam to you also, Brother Tyro, and all of you that joined us this evening. I will get on editing everything in the description and everything and making sure that that's posted also. Make sure you guys have everything that it is that you need. That'll be in the description. And with that, guys, rest and recharge well. We'll see you in a few hours. I am Brother Sean with Intuition Monday, right? We'll see you all in a few hours, right? All righty, y'all. So this is where we say namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace and love.
Tell yourself that you love yourself 3 times.
I love myself. I love myself.